Hey everybody, this is Spencer with the Itch Network, and I'm finally here to review Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Was that it? Yeah, no, The Rise of Skywalker. It's 10:30 at night, so I'm a little bit worn out. This is the first night it's been out. It's got like a 56 on Metacritic, which is pretty bad. Uh, the problem with those reviews, now I was a little bit worried going in, or a little nervous, is a lot of those reviews are really pro The Last Jedi, and their biggest complaints were that The Rise of Skywalker kind of took it in the other direction and was it was weird. It was for the fans, which is like, shouldn't all of them be for the fans? They're like too much fan service. It played it too safe. These kinds of things were in the reviews for it from the critics. And I was like, well, if these are the people that really like The Last Jedi, then I might actually like it. And let's see if that was actually the case. The movie's pretty long. It definitely at times felt long, which is, I guess, not a compliment. Um, Overall, I actually think it's all right. It's definitely better than The Last Jedi, like leaps and bounds. It's somewhere in the range of The Force Awakens. So if you like that one, and again, it's J.J. Abrams, so probably you can feel it. If you like that one, you'll probably like this one. There's things I like, there's things I don't. Let's get to that now that we're in here. So the plot of this one obviously is Rey, the Emperor is back, Emperor Palpatine, and we're left with Rey and Kylo Ren trying to figure out their place here. Rey is going to chase. They're kind of playing a cat and mouse game for most of this movie, and they end up fighting the Emperor Palpatine. Yada yada yada. And how they get there, spoilers. You can figure that out on your own. I'm not going to spoil it in this review. So there you go. It moves really, really quickly for the first like half of the movie, and it's kind of bad. Like the first half of this movie, if the whole movie was like that, it would be on par with The Last Jedi or maybe worse. I don't know. They kind of get thrown along a lot of different, almost video game style fetch quests to achieve really kind of nothing. It's really annoying and really jumpy, and I don't know why that was done. I would have loved a lot more character moments and a lot more discussions and a lot more like, hey, how are you guys doing? And kind of like it's annoying to say like the old Star Wars, like the Star Wars I'm used to, because it makes me seem like a grandpa, and I'm like, get off my lawn. I like my old Star Wars. I like Han Solo and Chewbacca. But the reason that those characters were great is because we got to see them as characters. The problem with this one is that they kind of jump through everything without getting a moment to breathe. And it's those moments where they can breathe, where you realize that you like the characters and where you get to flesh them out and you get to enjoy them. And you get to have those moments where you appreciate, the actors and what they're doing, as opposed to just kind of shooting things all the time and running and gunning the whole way through. It really, really picks up in the second half of the movie, and it's where the best character in this whole movie is definitely Kylo Ren. And I'm not his biggest fan. If you ever see any of the other reviews I've done of these movies, I've never been super high on him. But Adam Driver really killed it in this one. And he is definitely the heart of this movie. Obviously, Rey is supposed to be, and in some ways she does all right too, but definitely Adam Driver is the go-to for this movie. He kills it. He absolutely kills it. The other guys are okay, but they're not really given as much. I don't want to say screen time, because they got plenty of that, but they're not given enough development, which is definitely a bad thing. And the other downside to this movie is, and it's not the movie's fault, it's The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is this movie's downside. They kind of had to refigure out a lot of things from it, and like had to to like finagle a plot that makes sense. And you can kind of see it in some parts where they stitched it together. And it's jarring and it's annoying, but again, you can't, I don't know. I guess you can blame him and say they should have figured out a better way to tie it in, but I don't know. I hated what they did with The Last Jedi, so I don't blame them. I think The Last Jedi was a piece of crap. The cinematography is phenomenal. There's some really, really good scenes. Again, especially in the last half. You might as well just fast forward, honestly, until you get to the second half of the movie. It starts turning blue. Once you see blue, I think you're good. The cinematography is great. The music's really good. The action is okay. Again, at times it's just like a run and gun shoot-a-thon. And then at other times they really... I think the moments with Rey and Kylo Ren are really good fight scenes. And there's some... If you're a choreography nut, there's a couple goofy moments, but I think you can give it a pass because it's Star Wars and there's goofy moments in all of them. So overall, I would say it's definitely worth watching. It's a little bit boring at first just because you're like, why are they doing this? I don't care. But if you stick through it, I think you'll find it's pretty good at the end. And I hate this word because it's been thrown around so much about it, but for what this new trilogy has been, I find the conclusion pretty satisfying. For what it is. My expectations were definitely lowered. They were lowered with The Force Awakens and then almost free fall, plummeted after The Last Jedi. So my expectations are low. But for them being low, I was pretty satisfied, and I don't know if it could have been any better than what it was. So that's my review of The Last Jedi. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below. Thank you so much, and I'm super glad that the trilogy's over so I can stop reviewing Star Wars movies. Bye. Wow, I just died. Bye.